This one we saw swimming around for a while and followed him. Got some good shots of him. You can see why they call it a peacock mantis shrimp. If you look at the tail, I almost want to call them feathers. They're not feathers. They're scales or fins, just like a crab has. But they look like peacock feathers. So this is a different one, obviously. Same type of animal, but different one. This one's green, as you can see. Same thing, though, peacock mantis shrimp. And as this one goes along and we're following him, he runs into a cuttlefish. And you'll see here in a second, they're a little standoff, even though it's terribly filmed, far away. And then it punches the cuttlefish, which swims away. And that's all in slow motion, as you're seeing now. I'll have to watch it a few times to catch it. It's kind of towards the bottom middle of the screen. So after that, we said, oh my goodness, there's a cuttlefish. And went in for a closer look. And then figured out, as soon as I stopped chasing him, it stopped moving. So I just put down the camera and tried to chase it over to the camera, which worked pretty well right away. And after 45 minutes of doing it over and over and over again, setting the camera in different places, chasing this thing to the camera over and over and over again, it's about the most fun 45 minutes I had in my whole trip. Got some great videos of it. You can see it change color and even change texture. You can really see that siphon underneath its tentacles where it uses to suck in water and push out water. That's how it mainly gets around. And the fin around its body, steers it and controls it a bit. But when it wants to go fast, it uses that little jet siphon underneath that you'll see better in a few of the other shots here. But it uses its tentacles to mimic the coral, which you'll see. And even when a fish swims by at one point, it tries to hide by looking like coral as the fish swims by. And then anytime I go nearby, it's facing me, kind of attempting to look like the soft coral you see right in front of it. But then it'll give up and say, oh my gosh, he sees me, turn white and shoot away. Watch as the fish goes by here, he really puts on a show to the fish. This one was out in the sand, and just mud and sand and not much coral around, so hard to make this one stop where I wanted to. He didn't have anything to hide near, so he just kept swimming away. And I spent about a half an hour, 40 minutes getting some great exercise, trying to get it to stop in front of the camera. Chased it all over. Finally, got it to stop right in front of the camera here. This is a much bigger pharaoh cuttlefish. And it was always way up on top of all the coral, not near the bottom near the sand. So I had to get different shots of this one. Much bigger. This one's about 2 or 3 feet long rather than 6 inches to a foot long. You can see it's got the same pump thing as a cuttlefish, and it breathes through that, and it also will use that to move around, especially when it wants to move quick. Hold its arms back and just jet away, which is usually what I saw. Couldn't film that because, oh my gosh, there it was, and it would be gone. Didn't have the camera on. But that little breathing apparatus you see is also how it moves fast.